Mr. Sepulveda, good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Three for 20. Okay, this is ridiculous. So you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You've worked out an agreement. They're offering you, what'd you say? 320? 3 days in jail, credit for the 20 days that you've done. Understand, Mr. Sepulveda, this charge will go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. When you ever get pulled over, they're going to see this on your record. Do you think officers are going to be nice to you? They're not going to be. I don't care what you're doing. I don't care where you're going. Even the faintest smell of alcohol, the faintest smell of weed, they're going to bring you back. You'll be charged with the second offense. From now on, you'll be facing a minimum of 30 days in jail. If I were you, I would never get in a car, even if you had a sip of alcohol, one toke, because it's going to land you back in here. You understand? For $10, this thing will get you anywhere you want to go when there's service, because now T-Mobile sucks. They don't work. Centerpoint doesn't work because they're a bunch of knuckleheads as it is. So when the stuff does work, one click will take you anywhere you go, $15. Do you understand? It's not hard. Use it. You give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, you can never change this or undo this. Do you understand? How do you plead to the offense, Mr. Sepulveda?
Guilty.
I will find you guilty. I will send it to you the agreement. You will be getting out of here today. I have to suspend your license. I will suspend it for the minimum, which is 90 days. Be careful when you get in a car, because I'm telling you, with your record, all they got to do is run your name and they're going to harass you. Do you think they're going to search you every time you get pulled over?
Yes, Your Honor.
Every time you get pulled over with your record, they're going to search you 15 years and 15 times from Sunday. Don't give them the opportunity. Good luck. Thank you.
Page 12.
All right, that's right. Are you Joseph Forrest? Mr. Forrest, you're charged with possession of a gambling device, equipment, or paraphernalia. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
On July 30th, 2024, constables investigated a gaming room. When they walked in, there were 28 amusement redemption machines lined up on the walls. Officer sat down and began using the ultimate fire link machine. He inserted a $20 bill and was playing $1 bet and won 163.8 credits. $163.80 worth of credit, I guess. Defendant greeted officers and viewed the winning screen and pressed the cash out button and paid in cash for the winnings. Search warrant then was drafted and executed.
Did you say that he was there? I didn't hear it.
I'm sorry?
Did you say that he was there at the time and he gave the winnings?
Yes, Judge, he pressed the cash out button and cashed out the winnings.
Okay. Mr. Forrest, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm not putting any conditions on your bond. Just be careful. Don't pick up any new cases. Are you working still or no?
Nah, that was the only job I had.
You want to apply for a court-appointed lawyer?
I get a lawyer.
You need a lawyer, 100%. I'm willing to give you one, or you can go hire one. You tell me what you'd like.
Hi, Lord.
Okay. So I'm gonna have you go to Victoria. We'll have you sign a reset. We're just gonna get you out of here now. When you come back, please have a lawyer. Just be careful. Okay? All right, buddy. Please.
All right, Judge, next is page 31. Wilson, come on up.
Good morning, Mr. Sykes. Mr. Sykes, you're charged with cruelty to non-livestock animals. You're facing up to a year in jail and/or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you. Holy moly, you're charged with 2 counts of cruelty to animals. You're also charged with felony cruelty to non-livestock animals by killing, by poison, or serious bodily injury.
HSPCA received a call by the defendant's neighbors that he was failing to provide medical care to his dogs. 1 was starving and 2 were dead in the backyard at 5059 Nassau Road, Harris County, Texas. On March 26, 2024, investigator went to the reported address and met with defendant's uncle, who stated he was afraid of the dogs in the backyard. Uncle identified the defendant as his nephew and owner of the dogs, but said the defendant resides at a different address. Investigator observed 1 gray pit bull roam in the backyard aggressively and was emaciated, with a body condition score of 3 out of 9. Observed 1 deceased pit bull inside a wire kennel with no food or water available and a body condition score of 1 out of 9. Defendant refused to surrender the animals to HSPCA to allow for veterinary care and told him to get a warrant. Investigator returned the next day with a warrant and recovered the deceased dog, but defendant had moved 2 live dogs to a different location. Investigator went to defendant's residence and located 2 emaciated dogs, 1 with body condition scale 2 out of 9, and other with a condition 3 out of 9 that the investigator had seen the day before. Defendant surrendered the animals. Defendant was cruel to non-livestock animals by failing unreasonably to provide necessary care to 2 dogs and causing death to 1 dog in its custody. HSPCA animal cruelty exams were done, and the 2 emaciated dogs have heartworm disease, internal parasites, fleas, and related anemia.
Mr. Sykes, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. If I drug test you now, what's going to show up? I'm going to send you for a drug test right now. And I'm also ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have any care, custody, control, possession of any animals. And I'm going to tell you now, if I find that you have any kind of animals, and I'm going to have them go search to see if you have possession of any, I'm going to put you in jail and I'm going to make your bond triple of what the felony is. Do you understand? I'm sending you for a drug test right now. You must come back. If you do not come back, I will issue a warrant. You already know what's going to happen to both your bonds. Do you understand? Take a seat.
Sir, he's gonna have his shoes on for a reset.
Mr. Sykes, you know what's expected of you. No more smoking dope. I'm going to test you 35 to 40 days. You test positive for marijuana again, I'm going to put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds, and you know how high I'm going to raise those bonds. Do you understand? No more animals whatsoever. I'm going to have you first sign a reset with Victoria. Lori, I'm going to test him here in about 35 to 40 days on his return.
Okay,
Test positive for weed again, he goes in.
okay,
Likewise, I've ordered him no care, custody, control, or possession of any kind of animals whatsoever.
okay.
And that's it. You must stay in touch with Lori. If she tells me she can't get a hold of you because you're playing games, likewise, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. No more PR bonds, sir. I'll have you sign a reset with Victoria. After that, you'll meet with Rachel, and then after that, you're good to go. Take care of yourself.
October 29th through the 31st.
Mr. Sykes, you have a dog at home. I'm going to have an officer come to your house within the week. If that dog is still there, you will stay with me. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Get rid of the dogs.
He don't have a dog. I inherited that dog when my mom passed a month ago.
He's staying with you. He cannot be there with the dog. He's not allowed to have any dogs, any animals whatsoever. The way that he treats the animals, hell no. No dogs. In your possession, you have 2 dead dogs, one that's clearly emaciated with hookworms, ringworms, heartworms. No,
It really wasn't. I lost my
I
house.
have-
Mr. Sykes,
Okay, yes, sir.
no animals. I'm going to have I'm alerting Bark so that they're going to check up. And if he's in any place where there's an animal, he's going to end up in custody. And bonds are going to be totaling somewhere in the neighborhood of around $30-something thousand. So I don't know what to tell you, but if he's living with you, it's not you, it's him. So he knows better.
I also know that he doesn't do anything to the animal.
He's charged with 3 counts of animal cruelty, one of them being a death of 2 dogs.
One of those
That's it.
dogs was a baby, and
I
the
have,
storm happened.
ma'am,
We couldn't get to that one.
ma'am, I'm not going to argue with this. He's charged, he's been indicted by a grand jury of at least 9 to 12 people who have heard and seen evidence, determined that there was enough probable cause to charge him with such, where he's looking at prison time. So it's not an argument. It's either you get rid of the dogs where you are, or you will end up with me, and that's it.
So
There's no ifs, ands, or buts.
verbal agreements don't mean nothing.
No care, custody, control, or possession of any animals. If you were in a house and there's an animal there, your bond will be revoked. That's it. I'm warning you now. Forewarned is fair warned. That's it. Okay. See you.
All right, Judge, top of page 7.
Yeah, just
I'll take
please.
Luis real quick.
When she's here, Judge, I'll interpret. Who knows when Luis will be here. Ok, mira, el juez pidió que usted venga adelante porque le quiere decir unas cosas. Look at the judge straight in the eyes, Kevin.
Plus jail. Sucks, right? Good. It's supposed to suck. It's not supposed to be fun. We have jails to protect the public and to hopefully get through to you that we mean business. I'm not here to play games. I'm trying to impart to you that there's a certain way that you're supposed to live at 17 with weed in your system. That's not it. Mr. Cabrera, I'm not out for blood. I'm not out to put you in jail and punish and enslave forever. But I'm trying to get through to you. And dime con quien andas, yo te digo quién eres. And when you hang with dogs, you're gonna get fleas. So I'm putting more conditions on your bond now and expect that you will stay away from weed. No weed, no alcohol, and no driving. As long as you can do that, you and I will be best friends. But I'm gonna tell you now, you will never get another chance from me. I'm gonna let you out today. I hope that it's been enough of a wake-up experience for you, that you know that I mean business. I know it sucks. Jail sucks. It's really hard. The people stink like holy hell. There's no clocks. You don't know what time of day it is. It's awful. Most times, jail will self-correct most. Sometimes you need a little bit more time to think. The only thing I'm trying to do is get through to you so that you know when you get out in the free world, you have but sometimes a nanosecond to make and reflect on whatever decision you make at that moment. It's going to land you either in jail or even worse, prison. Think before you act, think before you speak. And if you do, Good things will happen for you. Hi, Luis, do you mind? The last time we drug tested you was on 5th of July. I'm telling you, I'm going to test you 30 days from that day. If you do not smoke, if you do not go near anyone that is smoking, then you will test negative. And if you test negative, then you will be fine with me. If you test positive again, guess what's going to happen? Right. This time, I'm not going to let you out. This is the only time that you will get a get out of jail free card from me. You're not going to get another one. If you ever have any issues, questions, problems, come talk to me. Come talk to Mr. Reyes. And that's all you need. Thank you for coming. I am here for you. If you ever need anything, if he starts acting up with you, let Mr. Reyes, let me know, and I will straighten him out for you. I did this in an attempt to try to get him to understand that we mean business. And my most important, what drives me is public safety. I want everybody to be safe. Driving while intoxicated, that's not it. He is not allowed to drive. He's not to smoke marijuana. He's not to use alcohol. I'm going to give him a curfew, and I'm going to put an ankle monitor on him so I know that he's not going out in the middle of the night. Is there anything else that you would like? Is he hanging out with some bad people that you don't want him to hang around with? Of course.
Para mí, todo lo que se haga sería bien, porque mi hijo va a estar muy bien, los consejos. que
Well,
usted
I
le
think that anything that can be done to improve my son is fine with me because I believe that your advice and your guidance is helping him.
That's the hope.
Esa es la esperanza.
I can only do so much. The rest is on Mr. Cabrera. He's now in school, correct? What is he doing now? Is he in high school?
He is going to the 11th.
Okay, you must,
Okay, 12.
right, it's in summer school, so there's nothing going on now, right?
Correct. Nothing right now.
Do you want him to work?
That'd be fine,
We
yes.
can make it a condition.
Volver a su condición de fianza.
I can make it a condition that he gets a part-time job. We will give him time for him to try to get a part-time job wherever it may be. You tell me, whatever you need, you tell me, we can make it a condition.
Okay,
And then
yes,
I'm,
I'd like that.
okay, you have to get a full-time or at least a part-time job. When you have too much time on your hands, you become self-destructive, Mr. Cabrera. We need to keep you occupied somehow. And then come in the fall, you must register and stay in school full-time and graduate.
You know what?
Okay, I'm going to let him out today. Before he is released, he will get an ankle monitor. The curfew is 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. No drugs, no alcohol. He will be back here August. Let's say August 7th. What do you think? That's a couple days after the 30 days.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll just look at my calendar.
We set the case and I'm going to test him. After 30 days, marijuana gets out of your system. If that's okay with you, Mr. Reyes, what do you think?
Yeah, that's fine, Judge. August 7th, you said?
Okay.
Perfect. It's a good day.
You know what's expected of you. There's no excuse. You hold the keys to the jail cell, no one else. You know, and I'm gonna tell you now, your mom probably has it hard enough as it is without having to come to court because of you. You think she wants to be here? Do you think she wants to spend money on a lawyer when she could be spending the money on anything else in life? Think. It's not hard. Okay. All right. If you have any issues, come talk to me and I will help you out however you need. Okay. Okay. I will also waive the fees so you won't have to pay for anything.
Thanks, Judge.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Mr. Reyes.
Ankle monitor. Those are expensive.
Make me proud. Okay.
That's good. Thanks, Judge.
You tested positive for methamphetamine, ecstasy, THC, and now I'm ordering you not to use. We are going to do this the easy way, or we're going to do this the hard way, and that depends on you. You will be required to come here every Monday and Thursday to take a drug test. And if you fail to come, I will set your bond extremely high. And the next time you test positive, you will go to jail and I will put you into an inpatient rehab facility. Do you understand? Are you sure you don't want me to give you a lawyer? I can give you a lawyer today if you'd like.
I'd like to try to get one.
Okay. The other thing I'm gonna have you do is 3 times a week, you must do NA classes and provide proof to me that you're doing NA classes. You can go online and you can do NA classes. In person, it's more effective, but I will accept virtual classes. You must Google virtual NA classes.
Would you allow me to say something?
No, I mean, I don't want to talk about the case. The only thing I want to do is make sure that you're not using, and I'm going to test you 2 times a week to make sure that you're not using. I will pay for everything for you.
I have no problem testing it. Haven't been using the ecstasy. I haven't used in decades. I don't know I don't even know how that's even possible.
I don't believe you, Mr. Felt. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you though, the next time you test positive, and I don't care if you come up here telling me, I don't know how it happened. I was with Jesus this past weekend. I don't care. You will go to jail. Do you understand? Forewarned is fair warned. So you will be tested 2 times a week. In addition to that, you will be required to do 3 NA classes a week. You will be required to bring a proof by having a piece of paper with the sheet of paper here saying where you did it, date, time, and the sponsor. Do you understand? And if you don't have that piece of paper with 3 every Thursday, then you know what happens.
Go in and appoint me a lawyer.
Sure, absolutely. Well, it happened. Can you reach out to the MAC, please, for Mr. Felt? I'm happy to do it. I just want to make sure that you're clean. And the thing is that when you start spending a lot of money, when you don't have money, it tends to stress you out more. And when you get more stressed, you're liable to use more. I'm going to pay for everything for you here so that, if you end up going to jail, it's because of you. You understand what's required. Okay. Victoria, did you have him sign a reset yet or no?
He signed already.
Okay, so just,
I have to do the drug test because I don't have a vehicle. So what do I have to do?
you're gonna have to come to court. Correct. Sometimes it's not easy.
I mean, okay, if that's the only thing I can do, but it's gonna be almost impossible for me. I don't have a vehicle. I'm hamstrung right now until I start working again, until I can get a vehicle. I'm just.
Sorry, sir.
If I can take the test,
I don't trust anywhere else. Everywhere else, you can virtually buy a result. It's unfortunate, but that's the way things are.
I have no problem being clean, Judge. I really don't. It's
Yeah,
not,
but I'm not gonna take your word
well,
for
I understand that. I don't mind testing. I just, is there any way I can work out?
Sir, go ahead and have a seat in the
Go ahead,
jury
take a
box,
seat.
wait for the attorney and.
it. Yeah, no, 9P. Guzman. Guzman.
Hi,
Hey,
we're taking a plea on Mr. Irish. He was on docket yesterday, I reset, we evaluated. all
oh, right,
evidence,
Mr. Irish.
and it worked
You know,
together.
Mr. Irish, this now makes 2. What happens on your next one?
Happen again.
You know how many people tell me that? If I had one strand of hair for every single person that told me that, I would have really long flowing locks like Jimi Hendrix. Man, I would look good. If I literally had one strand of hair for everybody that person that told me that, I'd have beautiful hair. You need to know that with your record, you ever get pulled over, a cop is going to go nuts on you. And if you have the faintest smell of alcohol or weed or any kind of dope, they will charge you with another DWI. And from now on, you'll be facing a minimum of 2 years, a maximum of 10 years in prison. Do you understand?
Sure.
Have you been to the pen before?
No, sir. No, sir.
You ever pled to a 3rd-degree felony before?
No, sir.
Didn't he have something that he pled to in Galveston? The obstructing?
It was,
What happened on that
I
obstructing
think it
case?
was, he got probation on one
Yeah, I'm
and
on
then
probation.
time served on
On the
another.
others.
She didn't go.
The point I'm trying to
The
make
other
is
one
that
was-
you plead guilty, you get popped for another DWI, you could be looking at 20 years in prison on the next one. And when you pick up a 2nd-degree felony, the time starts at around 10 to 12 years. So don't get into a car. All you're doing is you're setting yourself up for failure every time you get into a car. Mr. Irish, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement where 15 days in jail, credit for the 6 days that you've already done. This will go on your record. Like I'm saying, I am going to suspend your license for 1 year. Do not drive until you get a license. You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers, right to be arraigned, charged right to for court. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. So once you accept this agreement, you can never change this or undo this. All we want you to do is, for now, don't get into a car because you could be looking at a lot more time. Do you understand? How do you plead to the offense, sir? I will find you guilty. I will follow the agreement. Good luck to you, Mr. Irish. Take care. Thank you, Shreya. Hey, come on.